Hello, boys and girls. Today I'm going to be reading you all a book called Each Kindness. This is a really special book about why it is important to show everyone that you come into contact with kindness. Boys and girls, it is so important to be kind to every single person that you meet. You never know what challenges they might be facing at home or what they might be going through that you don't know about. So it's always important to be kind to people, especially to be kind to the new people who come to your school. So we're going to read today a book called Each Kindness. I hope you all like it just as much as I have. It's a wonderful book and it really touched my heart, so I had to buy it to read it for you all. Remember to always leave the world better than you found it and to be kind to people, always. That winter, snow fell on everything, turning the world a brilliant white. One morning, as we settled into our seats, the classroom door opened, and the principal came in. She had a girl with her, and she said to us, "This is Maya." Maya looked down at the floor. I think I heard her whisper, "Hello." We all stared at her. Her coat was open, and the clothes beneath it looked old and ragged. Her shoes were spring shoes, not winter shoes. They were definitely not meant for the snow. A strap on one of them was broken. Our teacher, Miss Albert, said, "Say good morning to our new student," but most of us were silent. The only empty seat in the room was next to me. That is where our teacher put Maya. And on that first day, Maya turned to me and smiled, but I didn't smile back. I moved my chair, myself, and my books a little bit further away from her. When she looked my way, I turned to the window and I stared out at the snow. And every day after that, when Maya came into the classroom, I looked away from her and I didn't smile back. My best friends that year were Kendra and Sophie. At lunchtime, we walked around the schoolyard, our fingers laced together, whispering secrets into each other's ears. One day, while we were near the slide, Maya came over to us. She held open her hand to show us the shiny jacks and tiny red ball she'd gotten for her birthday. "It's a high bouncer," she said. But none of us wanted to play with her. So Maya played the game all by herself. That afternoon, when we got back into the classroom, Maya whispered to me, "I bet you can't guess who the new Jack's champion of the world is." Behind me, Andrew whispered, "Chloe's got a new friend. Chloe's got a new friend." "She's not my friend," I whispered back to him. The weeks passed. Every day we whispered and talked about Maya, laughing at her clothes, her shoes, the strange food that she brought for lunch. Some days Maya held out her hand to show us what she had brought to school: a deck of cards, pickup sticks, a messy, small, tattered doll. Whenever she asked us to play with her or sit with her, we said no. See her sitting there all alone and her doll in her hand? Poor Maya. The days grew warmer and warmer. The pond thawed, grass began growing where snow had once been. One day, Maya came to school wearing a pretty dress and fancy shoes. But the shoes and the dress looked like they had belonged to another girl before Maya. I think she was trying hard to fit in. Poor Maya. I have a new name for her, said Kendra. Never new. Because everything she has came from a secondhand store and it's never new. We all laughed. Maya stood by the fence. She was holding a jump rope, but she did not come over to ask us if we wanted to play with her. After a while, she folded it double, rolled the ends around each hand, and started jumping. She jumped around the whole schoolyard without stopping. She didn't even look up once. She just jumped and jumped and jumped. These have beautiful illustrations, don't they? Beautiful. The next day at school, Maya's seat was empty. In class that morning, we were talking about kindness. Miss Albert brought a big bowl into class and filled it with water. We all gathered around her desk and watched her drop a small stone into it. Tiny waves rippled out away from the stone. This is what kindness does, says Miss Albert. Each little thing we do to other people goes out into the world like a ripple. Think about that. Every kind act you do goes out into the world like a ripple. So think about the kindness that you show other people and how it affects not only that person, but how it affects the world. Think about that in the opposite way. Think about how it affects people when you treat them poorly and when you are not kind to them. It can have the same effect. Then Miss Albert let us each drop the stone in as we were told. And we were supposed to say the kind things that we had done before we dropped the stone in. Joseph had held the door for his grandmother. Kendra helped change her baby brother's diaper. Even mean old Andrew had done something. I carried the teacher's books up the stairs, he said. Miss Albert even said it was true. I stood there holding Miss Albert's rock in my hand, silent. Even small things count, Miss Albert said gently. But I couldn't think of anything kind I had done. So I passed the stone on to the next person. Maya didn't come to school the next day, or the day after that. Each morning I walked to school slowly, hoping that this would be the day that Maya returned and she'd look at me and smile. I promised that when I saw her again, I would smile back. Each kindness, Miss Albert has said, each kindness makes the whole world a little bit better. I think she's starting to feel bad that she missed her opportunity to be kind to Maya. But Maya's seat remained empty, and one day Miss Albert announced to the class that Maya would not be coming back. Her family had moved away, Miss Albert said. Then she told us to take out our notebooks. It was time for spelling. And here is her seat, all empty. She's no longer there. That afternoon, I walked home, alone. When I reached the pond, my throat filled with all the things I wish I would have said to Maya, each kindness that I never shown. I threw small stones into the pond, over and over, watching the way the water ripped out and away, like each kindness done and not done, like every girl somewhere holding a small gift out to someone, and that someone turning away from it. There she is at the pond, reflecting on and thinking about all the kind things that she could have done for Maya. I watched the water ripple as the sun set through the maples, and the chance of a kindness with Maya became more and more, forever gone. The end. Again, this book is one of my favorite books. It's called Each Kindness. And I love this book so much because it has a wonderful message that we should be kind to everyone, no matter what they look like, no matter how they dress, no matter what they wear, no matter how their hair looks, no matter who they are. We should be kind and nice to everybody. Every act of kindness that you do can affect the rest of the world, just like the ripples going out from the water. Every kind act you do and share can affect the world in a positive way or a negative way. So today, I want you all to be thinking about something kind that you can do, maybe for a classmate, maybe for somebody new at Potter Gray, maybe for a teacher. But I want you all to be thinking about kindness today. Boys and girls, I miss you all so much, and I cannot wait to be back at Potter Gray with you all as soon as possible. I hope that you have a great day. Make sure that you follow the substitute's directions, okay? All right. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.